Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nxumalo. I do hope that you join us by clicking that red subscribe button on the bottom. That is if you enjoy the content that I serve in this channel. In this channel, we do a lot of financial content, we do career content there and there, and we also do lifestyle content also there and there. So if you like any of those categories, please make sure that you click that red subscribe button on the bottom and join us. Would love to have you. And also, if you like this video, please don't forget to smash that like button, because it does help with the YouTube algorithm. I also want to say thank you to each and every one of you that has joined this family, that continuously come here to show me love and support, watch my videos and comment on my videos, and also smash that like button. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please do know that it doesn't go unnoticed, and I'm hoping that eventually I'll get to a stage whereby I'm able to show that appreciation properly. And for now, we're just gonna gather the resources, and I think that when we hit 10k, I'm definitely going to do a giveaway. But I keep thinking about what type of giveaway that I would like to do that will actually add value to you guys, and that will be aligned to the type of content that I create and the type of people that I have in this community and what you guys come here for. And so that is what I've been thinking about, but eventually we will do that. But for now, we are still on the road to 7k, and I'm hoping that we're going to hit it soon. So I just wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you. So on today's video, we're going to be looking at how my Franc investments have been going. And first things, before we get into that update, I just wanted to say that if you have any questions regarding how to set up a Franc account, how to do a deposit when it comes to Franc, and you know, all the nitty-gritties when it comes to setting up the account, please refer to the videos that I've made regarding Franc. I've made ample videos, and the first one that I did was actually how to set up an account with Franc Group. It goes into detail, and actually I even went as far as creating a video on how to set up a child account with Franc if you have a main member account. And so please make sure that you refer to those videos. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link them on the description down below. Now, if you do not know where the description box is, please just look, as I'm explaining, you can just refer on the title. You see the title of this video. Under the title, there's more. That is actually that is where you're going to find the description box. So that is where I'm going to link all of those videos. Please make sure you refer to them, because I've been getting questions regarding how do you set up a deposit, how long does it take, and all the stuff. I feel like all those videos do address that. And I also just want to add, if you have any questions that I'm also on a technical side of Franc Group, please make sure that you leave them a DM. Their Instagram account is actually Franc Group, so you need to actually go into your Instagram and actually leave them a DM, or you can actually write them an email. They do have a website. If you say Franc Group on Google, you will actually be linked to their website. You will see their website, it will pop up there. Please make sure that you actually contact them directly. And one thing I know about that company is that they respond to their people. They are very active when it comes to their community and servicing their people. So when you drop them a DM and explaining what you have questions on, they will answer them. Some of the questions that I've been getting is, can I set up an account if I'm on this part of the continent? If you have those questions, please drop them an email or drop them a DM. They will respond to you. I don't have all the answers regarding Franc, because I don't know everything, and that is why when I share with you, I'm sharing my journey. And on the last video that I created where I partnered with Franc, I actually did share some of the information that I feel like will be useful to some of the questions that you guys may have. And also check the comment sections also in those videos to just see some of the questions that people are asking and what were the responses, because that does help as well. So I'm just gonna leave those videos down there. So on today's video, I'm just giving you guys an update, because when I started my investment with Franc, I promised that I was gonna come back and give you updates, and I figured that 6 months update, 12 months update, you know, that type of a cycle makes a lot of sense for me. And so that is why I'm coming back to you now, because I did do a 6-month update, and now I'm going to be doing a 12-month update. It's been way over 12 months, but I'm still going to do the updates anyway. So I'm just going to be taking you guys through how it's going. First things first that I wanted to talk about regarding this is what is my goal? When it comes to investing with Franc, you invest towards a goal. You don't just invest willy-nilly, you invest and save towards a goal. And so my goal is emergency fund. And for me, I needed to create an emergency fund because I realized that the reason why I was going back to debt over and over again is because I didn't have a cushion around my life. I didn't have an emergency fund. So I needed to create that. So how I went about creating it is I said by November 2023, I want to have around 30,000. I want to have 30,000 when it comes to my investments and savings on this goal. So what the app did for me is it calculated for me how much I have to invest and save each and every month to make sure that I reach that goal in that desired time. So what it came down to 1,210. Now let's get into the deposits part. So when it comes to making the deposits, what I initially did for the first 8 months or 9 months of me investing on Franc is I did a debit order with my bank. That is because when I opened the account, Franc had only that option. They didn't have the new option that they have now. So I did the debit order with my bank. What I realized that is that whenever the debit order would run out and it will come out of my bank to the Franc app, it will take 2 days, up to 2 days for it to show as part of my investments. However, on the app, there is an option where you are able to see monies that are pending. So it may not be included in your investment, but when you look on the icons down there on the app, there's actually the one that shows you latest information. That is where you'll be able to see pending deposits. So when I saw that pending deposits, I relaxed because I knew that, okay, it is just there. It's just that now it's still pending. So now they've introduced a new one last year whereby you actually do it with them on the platform. You set it up there. You said you want it to be recurring on these days, and then you go on the side of your bank and you just confirm that. And so what happens is every time when it's time for you to make the payment, you get a notification from Franc to log into your account and actually approve that payment. And then you go to your bank and you just put a PIN and it automatically does the work. So on the side of Franc, you're not going to get charged. However, on the side of your bank, you are definitely going to get charged because there is no transaction that is free when it comes to banks. Depending on your bank, I don't know, but for mine, it charges me R1.50, and these are the same charge that I used to get when it was a debit order. So nothing really changed on that part. So that is the part of the deposits. So now let us get into how much I've invested so far. Let us go into my Franc app. So far, my investments with Franc have been 15,479. 15,479 that I've invested. But I must say this, I think about 2 times now I've actually withdrawn money from my account. Now I did not withdraw everything because obviously this is an emergency fund. So I just needed, I think that some of the withdrawals that I've made have been around 2,000, 800. I think it was 800, and then the other one was 2,000 or slightly less than 2,000. But if we were to factor that in, chances are my account should be on around 18,000 now, but it's not. It's on 15,479. That's the money that I've actually put in. So I'm going to actually put a screen here now just to show you what my actually account looks like currently. So far, the profits that I've gained from this 15,479, I have gained 1,266 and 44 cents in my investments, and the percentage is at 8.18%. Now that for me is very good because it just shows that the market has really been looking quite healthy lately, and also with the interest rates being up, it does actually impact your investments because even though you may be paying more on debt, but if you have investments, that's where you see the value because you get to see you get to see a healthy amount. And so far I've actually earned 1,266 rands of the investment of 15,400 and something that I invested on Franc. So just to show you how is this broken down. So how I broke my investment down is I actually say I use the safe method because I use the safe approach, low risk because I'm not in that. So I have a cash fund and an equity fund. Now before I had 50-50, but when the market just changed and things didn't look good, I went back and I changed it and I made it to be 75 cash fund, and then I made it to be 25 equities. Now the cash fund is the money market, and then the equities is the Cetrix top 40. So I've got, whenever I invest, 25% of the 1,210 goes towards the equities, and then 75% of my 1,250 goes towards money market. And then currently the thing that is actually getting me more money, so firstly on my cash fund I have 9,1111 rands. Right now that is giving me a 3.30% returns, which are around 219. So that's how much I'm getting from my money market. And then when you go to my equity fund I have 7,633. Now what is included there is the 974 rands interest that I've gained so far, and the percentage of that is actually 14.64%. Now, if you can see, on my cash fund, I've got more money, and then on my equity fund, I've got less money. However, the thing that is giving me more interest, which is close to 1,000 of the interest, is the equity fund. And that is because the market right now is doing well. And then when it comes to the money market is the safe way of investing, guys. It is the safest way of investing. Basically, it is like saving. So whatever that you get there, the rates that you get here are very similar to what you will get in a bank. However, Time Bank does offer way more when it comes to interest rates here on the savings side. So I just wanted to just point that out, that cash fund, it's different. It's a safe way of saving. However, the interest rate that you get there is very low, very similar to what you get at the bank. And then with the equity fund, it has less cash. However, because this is money that is invested in equities and the market has been looking healthy, that is why I've actually been gaining more interest. Last year, I remember when the market was just horrible, I was on a red when it comes to my investments. I remember there was a time whereby I was on a red by 400 and something, which means that if you are looking at bird's eye view, you will think that you are losing that 400 rands and something. But because I knew that this is a long-term investment and I was not withdrawing, that really didn't affect me. And that is why even now today, even though I was losing 400 and something, because of how well the market has been doing, it has corrected itself, and I'm on a green, and on a very positive green. Like, to look at the interest that I've gained so far of 1,266, that is a lot, because I also compared this with my savings with Time Bank. And I remember there was a time whereby on Time Bank we had over 40K, and the interest rate and the interest that we had gained up until then was around 1,000 something, if I include the one when we kept withdrawing them. So it was around 1,000 something. So you can just imagine 40K interest rates of around 1,000 something, 15K interest that I've gained is around 1,002 something. A huge difference. So this for me has been a booster for me. But anyway, for me, it doesn't really matter whether we are on a green or we are on a red. I'm still going to save. It doesn't stop me from saving. It doesn't deter me from saving. I still continue to save because the goal remains the same. I'm not saving and investing just because I want to earn the profit. Yes, that is an addition, and that is an addition that I welcome. I clearly welcome and I get happy about. However, it is not the driving force as to why I'm investing and saving. The driving force as to why I'm investing and saving is my goal, which is to have an emergency fund. So that is why for me, whether it's on a red or green, it really doesn't really shake the boat when it comes to whether I continue investing or not, or whether I put more or less. My investment will still remain the same each and every month, because I believe that consistency is the one that actually works when it comes to investing and saving. Just being consistent, doesn't matter whether things are looking good or not. My investment decisions are not shaken or moved based on how the market looks. And I used to be that person before, where I would look at the market, I would invest based on how the market looks, and that for me was just not productive. And I found that there were times whereby I was deterred from investing because I looked at how the market looked. Like right now, if it was me back then, I wouldn't be investing as much, especially when it comes to equities, because I'm looking at, okay, now it's looking positive, it's looking green. if I continue investing here, I'm not even going to make as much difference when it comes to the returns. But because I don't care about that, and that is not why I'm investing and saving, I still continue. So I did touch on the withdrawals. I have withdrawn on my investment with Franc before. I think I did about 2, if not 3. I think I did 3, because I remember on the 3rd one, I got a notification that that was my last free withdrawal. So from that point going forward, if I withdraw, I'm going to get charged. How much I'm going to get charged, I don't know. I really don't read a lot regarding the charges part. I just see it when it's that time, and then I just do the math. But for now, I do know that you get 3 free withdrawals, and then after that you get charged. I don't know, as I said, I don't know how much you get charged. If you do have an account, refer to your messages. You will see the fees there. I haven't read that, so you can go through that and read about the fees. So I did withdraw about 3 times on the platform, and when it comes to how long the money takes to reflect on my account, it took roughly 2 to 3 days for the money to reflect. Didn't take 1 day, didn't take 2 days, 2 to 3 days, I think, maximum 3 days. So that is all regarding the update that I have for you when it comes to my investment with Franc. So the next update that I'm going to have with you is when we hit 20, when we actually reach 20,000 investment, and then the next one after that is when we reach around 25, or maybe 25 or over 25. Then I'm gonna come back to you guys, and then the last one maybe will be when we reach the goal, which is 30,000, and then I'm gonna come back and talk to you guys. I'm continuously going to give you guys updates regarding the Franc app, because I just feel like it is the best thing that was ever created. Not because I like the team and all the stuff and they're just the best, but because the app just works. The app just makes life easy. It makes life easy for me, and so that is why I love it. And so if you are not familiar with Franc as yet, please make sure that you actually understand it, learn about it, and create an account and see how it can go for you. You know what I'm going to do is I'm also going to leave my code on the description box name. If you don't have an account as yet, when you do sign up, please use my code. You will get something. I will also get something. It's a win-win, and it's not a lot, guys. Maybe I think about 25 rands that I get, and you get 25 rands or 50 rands. I think it's more for the investor. So just make sure that you use that code, because if you don't use anyone's code, like I'm sure many people have codes. If you know anyone who has a Franc account, trust me, they have a code. So if you don't use a code, you miss out on that free money. So just make sure that you take advantage of that, so that you can get that free money to get you started on your goal. So that is all regarding Franc update that I wanted to do with you guys. I'm happy with the investment. I'm happy with the returns that I've been getting, and I'm going to continue saving with them. And I think even when I reach my goal of 30K, I'm still going to continue, because that 30K for me was the starting point when it comes to my emergency fund, and 30K for me only covers 2 months. I will do a video regarding emergency fund and how much do I really need, but for me 30K only covers 2 months of my living expenses, which means that if I want 3 months of my living expenses, I need to have more than 30K. But my top goal is to have at least 60K of my emergency fund. I'll be set, I'll be good, and I won't have to worry about anything, because I know that 60K will cover largely 4 months of my living expenses. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Until I see you on the next one, please take care and stay safe. Bye.